Just imagine how much better off the world would be if in schools they taught financial literacy as much, or if not more, than they taught math. Just imagine that world. What we're going to be talking about today is redefining money. So many of the pains that people face would be gone if they were just a little bit more financially literate. I cannot tell you how many conversations I have on social media trying to help people who didn't learn these things. But today, I'm going to redefine money for you so that you'll never see it the same again. The truth is, everybody has money habits. You either learn it intentionally, or you pick it up from your parents, or just some things that you heard over the radio, TV, or at school. Everybody has money habits. Some of them are bad, some of them are good. But everybody has habits that they pick up from their environment. So then now, if you have habits, then we might as well look at the habits that we have and make sure that they are serving us and not to our detriment, right? So here's some things that we're going to cover. These habits alone won't necessarily make you millions of dollars. Let's just get that out of the way. Because no one can necessarily guarantee that. And if I did that, if I guaranteed that, then I don't think you trust me very much. However, what I can guarantee you is this. Understanding these habits will give you a better lens from which to look at money management, so that you'll never see money the same again, and you'll have such picture perfect clarity on where your money should be going, what you should be doing with it for now and far into the future. So that is what we're looking at. Once you have money left over at the month, where does it go? We're going to be talking about that too. So first, we have to properly define money. Here's the definition, and I'll put it up on the screen. Money is a tool of medium of exchange. That's it. It's a tool of medium of exchange. That's it. Now the key word there is medium of exchange. What does that mean? Money, the end goal of money, is to be exchanged for something else of value. That is the key word in the definition of what money is. Now if you define it this way, then you realize how ludicrous it sounds to try to hoard money, because money is not meant for that. Money is meant to be exchanged. Money likes to move. That would be like keeping a wild lion in a cage, except the dollar is the lion in this case, and the cage is your wallet. How much smaller is your wallet than a cage, right? You don't want to keep money locked up. It doesn't like that. Here are some other statements that I want you to understand about money. Your job is to have money flow through you fast and often. Don't stop the flow of money. Money is attracted to people who appreciate it and allow it to be free. Money loves to move quickly. Money does not sleep. Money loves to meet new money. Money loves the company of other money. Money loves to travel overseas, across the country, across the seas, and back towards the other direction. Money loves to move. So the more that you can allow money to be itself, the more it will love being around you. You have to understand that when cash sits in a bank, then it's stagnant. Cash gets agitated. It doesn't like that. But the people who allow it to move to China, to come back to the US, travel to Jamaica, travel to New Zealand, come back, go to India, come back, those people attract a lot of money. Even if you're in a local town, those people will attract a lot more money than the people who set it aside in the bank. You must allow cash to flow. So, now we've got that out of the way. Ultimately, your financial health comes down to how much cash you can generate. Can you send out 10 times the amount of money and energy you are sending out into the world right now for it to return 20x, 30x, 100x more in return, and then do it again? That is the secret. These are questions that you have to ask. Can you send more money out and energy out into the world so that you can get more in return? Don't keep money. Send it out, get it back. Send it out, get it back. That is how money works. Cash is supposed to flow through you, not stop with you. If it stops with you, that is a problem. This is really good. This is the best money lesson that you'll ever learn. It's important, so I'll repeat. Can you send out 10x the money and energy you are sending into the world right now to get 10x, 20x, 30x, 100x back in return, and then do it again? So, let's look at this. There are some reasons why you want to save some money, right? I know I said don't save, right? You don't want cash to stop. But there are two reasons why you want to save. And understand this, the rules still apply. Money doesn't like to stay in cash and be stagnant. So then we have to identify what are the exceptions to that rule. There are two reasons why you should save. And the first is that you need an emergency fund. Now I'm going to define an emergency fund here for you so that you understand just about how much you should save and never touch again. Your emergency fund is how much money you need to pay for your essential living standard for 6 to 12 months. People say 3 to 6 months, I say 6 to 12. I've even seen 12 to 48 months, but that's fine. If something goes wrong, this is your emergency fund. And that's it. Every dollar above that is for the second, but we'll get to that in a second. So let's say you spend $3,000 in a month, right? Then you need anywhere between $18,000 and what's 3 times 12? $36,000, right? So that would be your emergency fund. You don't touch that, that stays in the bank, that's it. This is fine for most people. Once you get to that, every dollar above that is for the second scenario. Now again, if you want to choose 6 months, if you want to choose 5 months, 4 months, you know yourself, but I would recommend having no less than 6 months as a cushion. Here is the second benefit, here's the second type of savings that we are going to look at. Once you have your emergency fund, everything else goes to investments. Now, here's what most people do when they're saving. They say that they're saving for a rainy day. But what actually ends up happening if you save for a rainy day? Well, first you train your mind to look for rainy days. Why would you train your mind to look for rainy days? Is that what you want to see? No. Instead, we're going to redefine it here. You are saving for investment days. So then, you are training your mind to look for investment opportunities. Once you have your emergency fund, that's fine. Every dollar above that is you saving to put money to allow it to go to China, back to allow it to go to New York and back, Florida and back, California and back, wherever you are, allow it to go somewhere and back. You are looking for investment opportunities to allow cash to go out and come back to you in greater numbers. That's what you are looking for. Investment day fund. This which alone will allow your mind to look for opportunities, to make money, to grow your money, and not just to look for ways to buy expensive cars, expensive watches. Yes, that will come, but you need to have the foundation which we've been talking about for so long. If you use money this way first, then over time, things will get better for you financially. You'll have the foundation of your emergency fund, and then your investment day fund will multiply your money. Here's the kicker. You save for opportunities that allow you to double your money. So let's put $1 million into context. $10,000 is only 7 doubles away from $1 million. So let's count it off. We have $10,000. We double it once, 20. Boom. 40. 80. 160. 320,000. 640,000. One more double puts us over $1 million. $1,240,000. That's only 7 doubles. So then all you need to do is find 7 ways to double $10,000. That's the game. And then once you get to $1 million, again, the numbers work the same. It's only doubles away from the next big goal that you have. And you keep going. That's it. Now, one double may take you 1 month. It may take you 1 week. It may take you 7 years. It may take you 15 years. But the essence of it is how quickly can you double your money, and finding faster and faster ways to double your money. If you think about it this way, money is just a doubles game, and it is indeed a game. It's simple, not easy, but uncomplicated. Simple, not easy, but uncomplicated. So, if we understand what a doubling game is, you have to understand that the math looks like this. It's quadratic, it's compound. It's not linear, it doesn't go plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. It goes plus 1, plus 4, plus 8, plus 16. That's what happens on the math that we're looking at. And this is why people don't necessarily understand just how quickly you can become if you give things enough time. Right? This is why we are big fans of investing and thinking about money the right way. This is called compound interest. So let's talk about this. Compound interest has been described as the 8th wonder of the world. But most people don't understand compound math, which is why we're going to put it back on the screen so you can see the graph, right? Do you remember COVID-19? 100 people got sick in China, and New York, started to worry. 1,000 people halfway across the world, and New York started to worry. Why? Because those people at the top, they understand compound math. 100 people sick in China can get 7 million people sick, or 100 million people sick, or whatever the number is. Because it doesn't go 100, 101, no. It goes 100, 500, 5,000, 150,000. You see how very quickly that becomes a problem. But that's the math that we're looking at for our own money. Imagine your math for your money going from 100 to 500 to 5,000 to 150,000 over time. That is the math that we are approaching. So then let's look at this in the stock market, right? Let's say we are looking at 10% since the beginning of time, which is something that we talked about in a previous day. You look at the stock market. If you invested $25,000 at 25 years old at the 10% interest rate, by the time you are 65 years old, the amount would be 1,131,481,039 cents. From 25,000 to $1 million. Just think about that. Given enough time, and you never invested another dollar. No, this goes without saying, boom, you're a millionaire. By the time that you retire, 65, you're a millionaire. Now, as we covered on day 5, this is not exactly perfect math, because even though the stock market does average 10%, and in the past it did, we predict that it will in the future. Of course, that does not account for inflation and a few other risks, but you can see how compound interest, if you use 7%, if you use 5%, it still gets you incredible results. From $25,000 to $1 million, not investing another dollar. Again, that is the math that we are looking at. And even though it's not necessarily only the stock market that you can use for investments, there are several other different avenues to get 10% or even more. For example, my business returns over 100% every year. You can find these things through investment opportunities. I'm in real estate, for those who are wondering if you don't know us already. But again, there are opportunities that can get you significantly more or equal at least 10% returns a year. So these returns are not uncommon. So if you're looking, saying that humans generally overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but underestimate what they can do in 10 years, is human nature. I know that you have gone through today's lesson, you understand why that might be, because most people don't understand compound interest. That given enough time, 10 years is enormous potential to build something very big. But in 1 year, even if you got 100%, $100 would only become $200. It would never become $500,000. But given enough time, it can. That's the point. The last step in our quest to redefine money today, and I'm really excited because I love talking about this. It's one of my favorite topics. Is we are going to see how healthy our finances are. So far, we've covered what money is, why money exists, how it circulates, how it grows, and now we'll look at where is the end goal of money. Where is the end goal? What is the end goal, right? Because here's what's important: if you don't have an end goal, then you won't know where you're going. Okay, of course, think of being able to define wealth as having a compass or a map. The first benefit, of course, is that if you have a focus on where your money is supposed to go, it will give you time and energy to align everything in your life towards that end goal. So then you can easily say no to opportunities that don't align with that definition of wealth, right? So then if you have nowhere to go, you spend less time trying to figure out where you're going. And that makes the process so much easier. The second benefit, of course, is that you'll get there faster and spend less time trying to figure it out. Of course, if there are two boats and one has a compass and a map and the other doesn't, who do you think will get to the island faster? Who do you think will get to their destination faster? Think of Captain Jack Sparrow and his compass, right? It's a no-brainer. If you have a compass like that, you will get there faster, and that's what we're going to give you right now. That's what I'm going to give you right now, the compass. So, let's talk about the compass. This is the perfect definition of wealth most perfect definition of wealth that you will find anywhere. Once you have this definition firmly planted, you'll be good to go. Wealth is defined by how long you can survive without another paycheck. Let me read it again. Wealth is defined by how long you can survive without another dollar coming in from a job. That is wealth. Wealthy people can survive indefinitely. Rich people, they earn a lot of money, but they're not wealthy. Wealthy people can survive indefinitely without another dollar from any job. So then, let's talk about this. Rich people earn a lot of money. The difference between rich people and wealthy people. Rich people earn a lot of money, but wealthy people earn themselves infinite amounts of time. And if we are talking about financial freedom, you already know that freedom of time and freedom of money, something that we talked about on day 2, this is what's important. Time, because money is indefinite. There's abundant money in the world, but we only have perhaps 80 summers, 90 summers, 100 summers for those of us who are blessed. So then we have to understand the true definition of money, which is time. Who has the most time? True wealth is having complete control of what you're able to do every day. Wealthy people don't need to work. Wealthy people have several streams of income that provide cash flow every month from businesses, royalties, licenses, etc. This is true wealth. When we understand this definition, then we get to pay attention to freedom sources of income that allow us to survive indefinitely without working another job. Again, I just cover a few. Real estate is one, having a business is one, and investments are one. We talked about dividend income already, but you have licenses, you have laundromats, ATMs, car washes, all these businesses. Even if you want to set up a system in a restaurant, these are ways that you can survive indefinitely without another paycheck from a job. So let me repeat that one last time, because I want you to get it. This is the compass. The wealthy can survive indefinitely without another paycheck from a job. Fantastic. So, we're just about done for today, but I know we've covered a lot, and I want you to review everything that we've done today, because it was really a lot, and if you can redefine money by the end of today, by the end of this challenge, it will be life-changing for you. So, there are 2 things I want you to write down. Write down 5 lessons that you learned from the day. So, some of you may have already been doing this while we're talking. You take notes. That's great, fantastic, that's good for you. If you haven't already, write down 5 lessons that you learned from today's session. Write it down so that you can remember. We already talked about this. We talked about learning. Writing things down is very important. We're using things that we're learning. The second thing is to write down 3 action steps to put into practice. Add these action steps to your to-do list and start one today. Action steps would include: what are you going to do with the money that you have right now? Are you going to start working on your emergency fund? Are you going to start looking for investment opportunities? We talked about freedom sources of income. Write down 3 action steps that you're going to take towards your financial freedom and get started on one of them by the end of today. And I also have a gift for you. Today, I'm giving you a complimentary copy of Think and Grow Rich. If you email me at reachme@thefullauthor.com, I will send you back a free copy of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a fantastic book. It's one of the life-changing books for me. It will teach you how to think about the world in abundance and realize that money can be found anywhere. It will teach you the rules of how to get rich. This is a life-changing book. Most millionaires, perhaps 99% of millionaires and billionaires have read this book, and so you need to read it as well. I'm giving it to you for free. It's on me. It's no problem. I will send it to you. It's also on my website, but I will send it to you if you send me an email. That's all for today, folks. Freedom Seekers, it's been a pleasure. I will see you tomorrow. Freedom Challenge has been really heating up. Just remember, you're always one decision away. See you tomorrow.